Right. Welcome to M&T yet again. This is new, this bit. I have not seen this before, so yep, definitely new with the latest version. So, features! Delve deep in an expanded and very detailed map with real-time in-depth population simulation of war casualties, famine, and prosperity growth. Explore and invest in a dynamic and complex industrial simulation with material supply, food shortages, and goods demand mechanics. Witness globe-spanning commercial sectors with an in-depth trading system simulating historical trade networks. Play as a recovering nation from the Black Death in 1356 and witness the Industrial Revolution until 1856. Reform the government from a decentralized monarchy to a centralized bureaucratic machine. There's a typo there where it's missing a space. While balancing various factions' interests, corruption, and power. So, right. I'm going to be playing one of my personal favorite nations, Kilwa. And something that I recently realized is that for some reason, MEIOU is considered one of the interesting nations of the Grand Campaign, so I might look into doing them at some point, just to see. Still, let's take the strongest country, the Swahili coast, indirectly controlling somewhere between half and 2/3 of the territory, unless some of those are close tributaries. And there's one division, so. Right. I have no idea how long this is going to take. Before the upgrades, this took about 20 minutes. This little bit. However, the upgrades did make it so that the total speed of the game was increased by about 4 times, maybe a bit more. So, I have no idea how long this is going to take, this initialization process. But I'll see you on the other side. Ah, that took like a minute and a half at the most. I don't have the... yep, oddities with that. Okay. Okay, so I can immediately embrace centralism. That's good. Oh, wow, that was a very fast initialization. Normal difficulty, formidable tags. A few tags more. Let's leave it on gameplay settings, because why not? Right. Okay, probably should activate centralism. All power costs minus 20%, maximum centralization plus 20. That's very good. I remember at the very beginning not being able to have this. So it's very, very good that I can actually use centralism. Cost a ducat, but right. Of course, Zanzibar is my first rival. Build a spy network. I have no idea how the close tributary thing works. The difference between the various tributary types. I'm not sure if I'm capable of integrating them. I certainly hope so. Starting army, okay. Free policies. Oh, the policy system has been scrunched. Okay. Centralized the state. I'm not sure if I need... I don't need aggressive policing right now, so let's not do that. Oh, that's cool. They all have images. Establish control over subjects. That's nominal empire. Where principal crown owns at least 15 cities. Show utility decisions. I'm hoping. Nope, that still isn't quite working properly. Sad, okay. But it does update the values. And I do not need that much investment. Let's stick with 20 for now and see how well that works. As for trade, I probably should just collect from trade. Well, in the Zanj node. The other nodes I don't have enough development to really work with. So it would be best to improve the amount of trade power that I have in the area. Careful and deceitful. Ugh. That's an interesting mix. Reforms are predictably terrible in most cases, with the exception of dispassionate peasantry and sanctioned merchants. I'm literally one step away from right of commerce. I start with diplomacy and aristocracy. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna take forever for me to get trade ideas. Okay. Okay. Blue books. Blue books. I think I can get that far without commercialization causing problems. So I have no idea. What's your tech level at 15? I think it was 15 and went, yeah. I'm probably gonna drop aristocracy ideas. After a while. I need time to build up. I need time to build up monarch points. Dropping it immediately would severely reduce my power, so. The other option is diplomacy ideas, but I don't want to drop that. Okay. I need to work towards removing the power of the nobles. The tribals are also going to be fairly important to get rid of. They're actually the biggest problem, the tribals, right now. I can work towards eliminating the power of the nobles, but the tribals are going to be a power that needs to be gotten rid of. I also need to work towards building up the burghers and their power. Right, and I also need to start the auto investor to ensure that things work. Okay, where is it, where is it? Back investment is on. Add the selected provinces to the investment. Investment manager. 10% of treasury every 3 years. Should be good. And clear selection. Okay, that should be good for an initial setup. I'm going to wait and see on advisors until later. Probably be sport. Title rank Ducky. Okay. Executive authority 332 isn't great, but I can work with that. We're stuck on infantry combat. Long distance trade. Oh, right. Swahili coast. At least I can see into here, so they may be... I'm probably going to end up using Madagascar as a means to get more power. But let's get the game running. I've got some initial setup done. I still need time to look into other things. Enable the yearly event. There we go. Birthright, no problems. House. Confederation. For now, that's probably the best option. External levels 2 plus volunteers. Volunteers is going to be vitally important to get eventually. Promote the Chief's faction. How much centralization am I getting here? Oh, I'm at a maximum amount anyway. Well, that means I can use these reductions just fine. Commit the old ways. Arrange as PGG pairs. This will give them plus 2% power. However, I can use the loyalty gained to either encourage hierarchy or expand our authority. I think expanding my authority would not burn too much loyalty. It definitely reduces their power and increases my state reach at the same time. Which is important. State reach is something I'm going to need to increase. It was at 0 previously. So expanding my own authority at the expense of the tribes is probably the way I need to go. Eventually, I'm going to need to start directly increasing it, but that's something that can wait some time. That's a humiliation cast ability, which I cannot use for conquest, so I should. Not even try. Notify me on investments. Stability loss, great, thank you very much. This country is not the most stable. Legitimacy is ish. I probably shouldn't overlook tenant abuse. It depends on what peasant freedom is right now. It's at 94. No, that's knowledge. Okay, so it's at 90. Yield concessions to ancient liberties. And arrange a strategic marriage. Buttering up the nobles should help. With a lot of things. Hopefully enough things. Proof relations. With you. Argeron is really strong, so I'd rather not, rather minimize the chances that maybe Zanzibar, for example, decides to go ahead and... The thing is, they have so many alliances, it's going to be very hard for Zanzibar to get an alliance. Okay, Mogadishu. I probably should look into some of the other stuff. I can actually ignore the church. Wow, secular taxpayers donate. This feels wrong. This shouldn't be this good. But it means I can completely ignore the clergy because they're not going to have any influence on me. Is there anything I can do with the murders? Not really. I can go straight to nobility. I can go straight to nobility right now if I wanted to. Ooh, that's gonna be... It does increase noble power from wealth, but oh, good. Okay, I'm perfectly willing to burn a bit more loyalty because, oh boy, that's gonna be... I'm gonna need to buy some more of their own loyalty. Sure, promote the lesser nobility. I will do that after I've done the reform. I can do disown unpopular relative now. Pass the reform. Promote lesser nobles. The act of promoting the lesser nobles is going to dramatically increase that, but the resting power is going to be far lower. So once the clans are out of the way, yeah, probably this severely destabilizes the country. Hopefully I can get through it without too many consequences, but fact is that the game loves its poll tax. And for right now, I am pretty reliant on it. My monetary situation... My balance situation... Treasury situation? It doesn't really matter. Is... Wow. May not be the best. Oh, of course they have... They have cavalry. That's very dangerous. Probably noble levies. Oh, great. Then because I want him to fort. It's not something I actually noticed. One, 2, 1. 0, 1, 2, 1. Okay. So in a fight, I'd probably win. So. Okay, right now the goal is twofold. One, siege down Zanzibar Paya. Two, see if I can trap them into a position that I prefer. Three, no military access with Mombasa. Thankfully, they're rivals or enemies of Malindi and Zanzibar, so... Oh, Linda has announced me as a rival. Portal and charts. Trade range +7, so it goes +3, enables the cock. So I've got boats. Extremely simple boats at that, but still boats. I probably should obtain one, actually. Even if it's just one, it will... It might be a bit pricey, but it will allow me to exert influence on the seas. And that's going to be extremely important for taking down Zanzibar. Mission localization! Woo! No cavalry is cleared, so I can finally use cavalry. Excellent! That was the most important... Oh yeah, right, that's kind of broken. I'm just gonna load the autosave, just so that I can undo the fact that I grabbed tech. How far back do I have to go? Yeah, okay, old autosave. Hopefully that's close enough to the finish of the war so that I can get the same peace deal without much effort. I certainly hope so. Oh wow, I did lose a lot. Dang it. Okay, deal with that. Huh, okay, surrender occurred. All provinces, thank you very much. As much money as you can send me. Go, okay. Right. Core all, wait for the event to occur. Swap to a better title. Take Lundu as rival. Get there before they finish sieging that. Dang it! That's really bad timing. Yeah, let's take this as a good point to stop for this first session after I've... Okay, how about support commerce? I guess perform a show of devotion. I don't like burning these points, but we need to get clergy loyalty back up. You're on 85% loyalty. Nice. The tribals promote the chief's faction. Maybe push a reform if I can? I don't know which ones I can push though. Or should push, for that matter. Oh yeah, court titles. Court titles are probably good. Or taxes. Noble taxes. On the other hand, the nobles really don't have much money. Their wealth is tiny compared to the other factions. The burghers have twice as much wealth as the nobles. The clergy are practically non-existent. Okay, yeah. The tribes have a huge amount of wealth that they're sitting on. Okay, just as much as the nobles. I'm not used to numbers being this small. I've played too much of the Byzantium game. Or perhaps too long. Anyway. Okay, I need to start working on getting the bureaucracy set up. Oh, right. The clans don't like this. Exchange, do this in order to get stability back up. Arranges strategic marriage, sure. Yield concessions to ancient liberties, since I've already maxed out my centralization. My centralization is at 20, and it's already maxed out. I need to centralize my structure in order to do that, but for right now I don't think that's a good idea, because I want to keep force limit high enough to maintain this 5k army, because I need that for future military endeavors, which involve using Malindi and attacking Malindi, pulling Ajuran in a war, so I can go ahead and attack Mombasa without Ajuran intervening in that. Because EU4 mechanics. Assuming they still work the same way as the last time I tried something like that, which was several versions ago. Ish? I mean, yeah. So, I do plan on dropping aristocracy ideas soonish, but I'd rather wait until I get poll taxes so that I can actually pick up trade ideas, because I'm going to have to drop one of these if I want trade ideas before Advent Tech 26, which is a long, long ways away. And diplomacy is not bad. I just don't like aristocracy ideas because I dislike the aristocracy period. On principle, etc. I do have really high noble loyalty. Something I can handle later. So, I've been slowly trying to get state reach increased, but that's not easy. State reach is not easy to increase, that's for sure. And it's going to take plenty of time for me to handle that. I have managed to conquer Zanzibar and all of its provinces, as well as this one that they literally conquered very, very quickly. Province is tiny. And I do have an alliance with Ajuran, though I'm not sure how long that can last. They did take over Pate, which I've been eyeing, but wow. I mean, if you think you can keep the provinces under control, go ahead. I have been burning mill points to prevent this revolt from occurring, though. Which I'm not particularly happy about, but there isn't much I can do. It's the best I could do. I do have 2 merchants. I picked up one after conquering Zanzibar, Zanzibar's territory. I do have a center of trade, so that's probably the source of it. So I sent it to Monomatapa and started trading there. I also have a tiny navy, and I've unlocked cavalry, which is extremely good because lacking cavalry gives you plus 25% shock damage received, which is severely bad. Severely bad. Not bad enough to lose a war, but still pretty bad. I'm also thinking about maybe trying to make my way into Madagascar, but, well, sure, most of the countries in here have 2k troops. Problem. everyone is allied with everyone, and everyone has at least 2 alliances, so it's gonna take a militech advantage, probably, and more than just a naval advantage. I'm gonna need 5 transport ships for that, just on a basis. Right, I do have plans, specifically, as I said, in a couple years, I'm waiting for Ageron's truce with Malindi to end, which will be in a little over 2 years from now. I do plan on declaring war on them and using favors to get Ageron to come along. Then, once that's done, almost immediately declare war on Mombasa itself, and Ageron should not be able to come along. I presume the war mechanics have not changed insofar as that's concerned. Using that, I should be able to win the war against Malindi pretty easily, vassalize them, and then have Malindi take all of Mombasa's provinces. They already have claims or cores on everything, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Plus, I figure the capital's closer as far as CE is concerned, so... And, honestly, I'm already having trouble keeping these provinces under control. I think it would be much better to have 2 provinces that have nationalism rather than 5 all at once. Plus different culture, so I would have to take pains to actually turn that to my primary culture. Not primary culture, to accept the culture, and for right now... Yeah, Diplo points. My powers... My points are precious. Too precious. I can't just give them up. I also managed to increase my title rank to Principality, which is great. So I now have an extra diplomat. Yeah. Not much. Oh, there is one thing I managed to do. I saw an opportunity and took it. So now I have nobility rather than... What was the term? Seigneury. Yeah, seigneury, which are very, very autonomous. And in theory, I am not that far off. I need to prevent their power from hitting 70. So once the tribes hit about 30% power, I probably should stop interfering with them for a while so that I can ensure that noble power doesn't get too high. And then force them down to merely aristocracy. After that, it's going to get difficult. Very difficult. Because weakening the nobles too much, and the clans at the same time, is not something that should be done lightly. The nobles have basically maxed out their power now. The only way they're going to get higher is if the tribes were to produce some power, which, I'm working on it. But, one of the changes, and since the very first time I played, is that centralism is entirely within my own provinces, so I start with centralism, basically. Not actually embrace, I still have to spend a ducat on it, but it's very good that I'm able to have that. The burghers are also reasonably powerful, which is actually a bit surprising. And I should be able to use that to my advantage. Although that's going to take time. At the very least, the burghers definitely have enough power to move to right of commerce. I do need to get them more influence, as well as pick up trade ideas for that to occur though. However, the Metropolitans do seem to have enough base influence amounts so that I should be able to get it. Though I'm going to have to deal with noble influence in order to help with that. There's also the issue of bureaucratic reforms. I'm going to need to start some of this stuff. For example, I need to go to ad hoc divisions at some point soon because I am actually losing a state reach slowly. Thanks to the provincial structure. That's not it. Okay. I'm gonna need to work on provincial administration. And ad hoc division still causes me to lose state reach, but it halves the loss. It would be best to go to formal structure as quickly as I can manage, but I simply do not have the average autonomy or the state reach for that. Anywhere close to the state reach. Ad hoc divisions is also not possible right now because average autonomy is still ridiculously high. Though that's partially my fault. Decentralized ruling and whatnot, yeah. It's also the fact that the chiefs are powerful inside of the faction system. They're the one, they are worse than the aristocrats. The aristocrats, yeah. At the very least, the chiefs make everything cheap. But monthly autonomy change plus 0.2. Cheap military, but at what cost? Lots and lots of autonomy. And autonomy will likely remain high, especially in areas with high separatism. Until I get better state reach and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to wait and allow myself to centralize before I can do all that much. Which is why I'm gonna need to expand via vassals soonish. Have Mombasa do its thing directly. But I think that's long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. Plus, I'll be able to run this way, way faster. It's great. These sessions are going to be... This campaign is going to be fast. I went through almost 25 years. Normally this would have taken 4 episodes. Maybe 5.